All right, guys, we're going to do something a little bit differently this time. I am playing in the Lichess 3030. So something I did, a few months ago and had a lot of fun. So highly encourage people to take a look at it. Just kind of finished the game actually. So I'm going to just record this front end piece here. But the game took about an hour. I think I've condensed it down to about maybe 10 minutes of instructional play. And so you can see my terrible calculation as we go through a Lichess classical game. Okay. A little bit of Lichess 3030. Hope everyone's doing well today. Okay, opponent rated 1999. Let's see what he's going to open with. Okay, so e4. We're going to have a... Oh yeah, okay. So I've seen this a few times. Oftentimes I see take. Capture back with the queen, and it almost feels like a Scandinavian of sorts. Okay. So our opponent pushes through. That's going to give us a chance to probably bring the bishop out. So if we do that, then we get a check. Cover, then the queen out, bring in the queen. Yeah, okay, let's just go for it. Can't really push on. Okay, so we got our bishop out. Minor victory, probably high likelihood of some type of check being played. Now I think what we're gonna do is just take away that option. So I think we can look to bring the knight out this way with this pawn blocking. Now we could go for a check. Let's not get carried away. We'll just bring the bishop out for now. I think we'll bring the knight out to h6 as mentioned. Okay. So now we'll definitely do that. If there was ever any type of break, we would obviously just trade and we could look to come back, for example, and figure something out. But I'm assuming, what about a move like this now? Is he gonna, let's not get carried away. We'll just castle. Okay, we really got to prioritize finishing development here. Okay, is he looking to do this or is he actually just preventing? So if he were to push, we would take, and then if we might look to do something like this. I guess we'd have to, so I don't think I'm missing anything quite yet. Maybe we'll have a scenario where we're able to put some pressure on a pawn if we're able to bring this knight over. I think we also have ideas of maybe a move like f6 to chip away at this e5 pawn. Probably first look at bringing the king over. Okay, so pretty aggressive. Now, what about takes? I mean, I like the idea of sacking, but honestly, we don't have... Okay, let's just take this. I might be looking at something like this. After recapturing, I'm assuming they've got to recapture. Okay, so if takes, he's threatening here. So if we take back here, yeah, it would kind of crack things open. Probably not great. Now, what if we play a move like f5 here? I mean, can you really press on? Okay, what about... You know what? Let's go for it. Yeah, I think that was a really bad move. Okay, now we kind of have to capture this way. Otherwise, we're going to get forked, right? I mean, if we do this here... Yeah, not a lot of options. It's probably a good move here. f5. Okay, pretty much got to do this. Oh, I'm assuming takes. Okay, so we might... If he doesn't take with something, we might be able to stuff our knight in here. Okay, threatening, or trying to threaten a pawn. We might be sneaking in, of course. If takes, probably takes. think would be the move. This pawn's doing a nice job just blocking the g6 square from the queen right now. I mean, if we sneak in here, we probably got a repetition. Yeah, just king over and we oscillate. Oh, maybe even a... Actually, that might be mating. If we can check king over, I wonder if we can bring our bishop here, for example, and I don't know, tough to say. But we're also threatening this pawn. The last game I played here was a miniature. I don't even think it made, yeah, maybe 15, 20 moves. Okay. So we saw this. Takes. Okay, I'm going to take it. Now, what does this check do? Where does the king go? Yeah, it doesn't do enough, unfortunately. So we'll capture back. Still threatening this. Okay, so now what about this check? Okay, here, let's say push. Pretty wild game. Yeah, I mean, if takes, I think I'm definitely going to pin him. And if takes, maybe we force an exchange. Let's say there's takes, takes. These pawns will keep the knight from jumping in. We can try and round up this pawn and see if the bishop can outperform the knight in an open position. Yeah, lots of tactics though. So if takes, we could do this. They would push with check. We would take. They could take with check. Oh yeah, that's ugly. I don't think I can actually exchange. What about a move like this? Just attacking the knight. Where does it go? If takes, I'm assuming rook takes. Because if queen takes, we're getting in. Let's just see where the knight's going to go here. I think it's going to have to try and block, right? I mean, we can always blockade this pawn, which is nice. But then we might give up this pawn. Oh, wow. Now what if we take... Wait, take... Wait, check. It's not quite as easy. Now, what about this? Okay, I need to calculate here. So takes, check. Oh. Okay, takes, check. Okay, what about this? We go check here. Could have this check, which would be pretty devastating. Okay, check. Knight in. Okay, I gotta really calculate this. So takes, check, king over. Okay, take, check, king over, check, check. Wow. Okay, so take, check, king over. Wait. Check. What about king up? Take, check, king up. Okay, so takes, check, king up. Okay, does this work like I think it does? Takes, here, king up. Okay, takes, check, king up. Could take. What if I just move king up? No, can't do that. Okay, so take, king up. Here, check, king up, check. Yeah, I run into a bunch of checks. Does this keep the pressure? Okay, take, check, king up. Here, check. Here, check. Yeah, that's bad. Okay, what about just here? For here, what about if queen takes, takes, push? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty tough one. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming has to happen. Now, wait, if I take, check, take, right? I think he has to take. Okay, so just threaten the pawn. Okay, take, king up. Okay, so take here. right here. So you come back over, try and save this. Let's just go for it. Okay. So, okay, I think I might try and wedge the bishop over here. Okay. So now we just lock this on a dark square so we can always protect it. Can't really push anything here. Next we'll get this onto a dark square as well. Okay. That should be the game. We're going to just go over, sack it, and win. Whew, that was intense. Nice game from our opponent there. Let's take a look at the analysis here. All right, guys, here we are, just taking a quick look at the recap here. So computer analysis says that we had 1 blunder, 2 mistakes, 3 inaccuracies, but 89% overall, and our opponent played with 82%. So again, took about an hour to get through this game roughly. Sometimes I do see this opening, and our opponent pushed on by, which is probably a good move. A lot of times people just liquidate and then wind up bringing the queen out, and then you get tempoed, come back. It seems like a bit of a weird Scandinavian or something along those lines. A little bit dry positions, to be honest. So this was a lot more exciting. I was able to get the bishop out though, so I was happy about that. And sometimes you do develop the knight out to h6. I probably, in retrospect, should have traded earlier and then just sunk the knight in. So when I play knight to c6, we can really converge on d4. But castling, as you can see, was a mistake. The machine definitely questions it. So we were negative 0.5, so winning, to all of a sudden, just down. We certainly didn't play this in the most critical manner. Our opponent stormed us quite quickly and now was able to get a lead. Now, I was looking for a little bit at what move to play. Initially, in these situations, I'll often play a move like this, just try and soften things. You can make a square to get away, but I played f5 and immediately I regretted it. I don't know what I was thinking, because I realized I couldn't take back because with all this pressure down here, of course, you can just push the pawn and fork the pieces. So this was quite ugly. And you can see already our opponent has, now he has an advantage. So we had one out of the opening. Now he took here. I was happy in a sense, although our position was wide open. And of course, I'm worried that he's going to just wind up breaking on through. Yeah, it did not like this at all. It's saying just pick up the pawn right now and don't even worry about anything else. And honestly, I don't even think that I thought of that move, to be honest. I really just wanted to trade it off. I felt like my position was obviously quite bad, but now, our opponent's able to try and hold it. Now this is given a question mark. So 2.2 to plus 3.3. I thought that this was a good move because we'd have more play, but our opponent did kind of have all the white squares held down. So obviously once he moves, we just don't have a whole lot. And I thought, well, maybe I go over here, then I'm just going to get attacked. Sacking did not seem like a good idea. So it was just less than ideal. Wow. So it does like this best though. But yeah, we didn't wind up doing that. I brought it back because I thought, hey, maybe in some lines we'd want something like this. Probably with that coming, I was thinking maybe just queen d7 more than anything else. But here you can see we got a bit of an advantage, and it gave me the chance to play, what is this, d4? Yeah. Now, yeah, probably still not the best move realistically, but our opponent, it says, did make a blunder. Now, we didn't capitalize on that. If we take a look, it's saying, now just play check. Here, take, 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 take. Now, interestingly enough, we did basically see this position play out. Yeah, and it's saying just come over and trade it off, basically. We saw almost this exact position wind up occurring. Now, I think, yeah, obviously something must be different maybe here. Not really quite sure, to be honest. I guess we had the pawn split, and we already have an overwhelming lead. So, yeah, it was really that queen d5 move. I was certain our opponent was going to block with the knight. We had a nice chat after the game, and he didn't think that it worked. And yeah, so here I thought he was going to take, in which case I was probably going to do one of two things, and I wasn't quite sure. I'd have to spend some time to calculate, but I was thinking, okay, go up here is probably my first idea. Second idea was just to maybe come back, because what's he going to do here, here? You know, then we're able to get in with some checks, king down, check, we pick up this pawn. So I thought that that was the best approach, but trading makes sense. We were able to box the king out, attack the pawn, and from here on out, I was hopeful that I'd be able to win. I was pretty confident here. Now, I've made this move. Again, they didn't, it's probably not the best move. I'm sure I should have just, I don't know, done something like this, right? So that's probably the best move. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Oh. Yeah, it's saying e7. I mean, even this, for example, okay, comes over. How are we able to make headway here? So it's saying eventually what, it just has to do this? Oh, I see. Otherwise, we're going to wind up, yeah, okay. So just liquidate, basically. Yeah. So we're definitely in a winning position either way. My approach was, I don't know, maybe not the best, but I felt like it was going to get us in. And luckily, it worked. Now, I wonder, was this the best move? Or should I have just come over here and held it down? Maybe this was the stronger move. It was. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been the move for sure. Because you're just dragging the king down that much further. Now, what, probably just king down and then push and make a queen and wind up winning. So, yeah, it was a wild game, guys. Happy to have that one over. Opponent was very nice. Yeah, definitely take a look at Lichess 4545 if you haven't played, or the Lichess 3030, which this game was part of. It's a lot of fun, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.